Alright. Find out who the lady lorry driver is. Seeing as she's the only other person in the area, let's see if we can say more than a few words to her.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your fingers twice.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, you've jolted her back to reality.
The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the wary aspect of a cornered beast.
You alright, ma'am? You're out. I was hoping you could tell me that.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam in the 50s.
That's with contempt. But what's so bad about the 50s?
The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber?
Who else would you be then? When else did you?
Back in Mecca, during the time of the revolution,
Smile returns
the
to her face.
sidewalks and cafes are filled with the young people. I was on my way to see a new Boyadero picture starring Gabriel Buendero.
Ooh.
Until you came along, that is.
I take it you were in Mesk when you were young? Sorry to interrupt your dreaming. Ma'am?
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Lowman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Her eyes narrow and she appears to take your measure.
While you, people, were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution, in Meth, it was a golden age. Someone was.
She nods, as though her meaning was perfectly clear. Are these not your memories?
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not? They're beautiful.
That's
That is all that matters. Beautiful and true. And they will win. They're coming for this, you know? All of this.
She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching.
Right, I have some other questions for you.
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of embroidery photos, memorabilia photos and knickknacks line the dashboard.
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
What are you holding? I still don't really understand this whole bodega thing. Alright. So what are you holding?
Diamonds.
Diamonds, really?
Of course not. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was?
Okay, what are you really
Whatever
holding?
stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine.
So you don't know what you're holding? Well, that's good enough for me.
Is that all you wanted to know, Lowman? Diamond. Of course. Whatever stupid
So
things
you don't
they
know what you're
put in
holding in
the...
your
I
own
was
lorry?
concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo. If you know what I mean.
She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason.
But you get high off driving a lorry? Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo. What if the cargo is
Then
contraband?
it's contraband, Lowman. What? Do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest. Lock me away like Bad Hand Hermenegildo.
I still don't understand this whole Batamando thing.
Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen to On the Western Plain.
What are two miracles listen to? Okay, what's that?
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a daring boyadero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the western plain.
I'm guessing that doesn't happen.
Of course not. The boyadero returns from the western plain a changed man. One night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Maigret, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down.
So he gives up his riding and settles down. I think I know where this is going.
So the boyadero strangles his beloved and throws her body in the magnet.
Wow!
Then he rides off, because the western plain is calling to him.
That's not where I thought this was going.
You have to understand. A true boyadero needs a whole horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was selfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a boyadero.
A boy adiro. Boyadiro. Cowboy. Ah, it means cowboy in Portuguese.
What if to truly love a boyadero is to float lifeless downstream?
Ah, before I came, you seemed away.
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back.
So he doesn't think she's...
You hear that, Loman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Should you drive a lorry, you get like that.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best communers around. I drive routes no one else will.
What routes?
Lomonosov's Land, Udashnaya Zemlya, the Western Plain.
She nods and closes her eyes again, letting her mind
A
submerge.
terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth as she stares inward.
The Transcatalia Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas du Mirador. All the good ones. The deep trenches. Where the bluebirds fly.
She opens her eyes and shudders. I'm something of an expert in blacking out myself. You should take better care of yourself. Cool, right until you dust, sister.
You're right, Loman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me.
A correct appraisal. You're quite shabby.
Is that all you woke me up to say?
Are you the lady
You
driver?
just call me a lady, Herife.
She clearly doesn't think she's a lady. Don't repeat it.
I was told of a woman driver. You're the only woman here.
I'm not that either, Herife. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs. It doesn't work like that on the long haul.
So you're not the driver everyone is terrified of?
I'm only terrifying to small children and to those who used to know me.
That long haul, that's...
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around when I have my movies to go to?
Why are you scary to people who used to know you?
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was.
Ah, you said long haul, that's...
The big ones, the trucks. There's no women and men there, it's all just...
She hums along as if to... track on repeat.
In the middle of this town, there's a ghostly motorway. It takes all the people where they want to stay.
You feel very cold suddenly, as if standing face to face with a terrifying adversary. Then the feeling dissipates, and all you see is an aging woman. In the background, a quiet song seeps from her cabin into the air. You don't hear any vocals.
That's all I need to know,
Oh,
thanks.
Sim. Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesky.
Okay.
Yes?
Um. Yeah, I still gotta find out who the lady lorry driver is. 21. Okay, haven't missed the time yet. Gotta talk to Titus. I'll see who else I can talk to around here.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
That weasel I visited, turns out he's the one hell of a colonial mug collection.
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
Yes, his mugs collection certainly represented antiquated social values. See how we're all busy concentrating on the racist mugs? That's what the ruling class wants. A man with a funny mug collection can't be that bad. All I'm saying is he has lots of mugs.
Yeah, it would be really bad if we got into an argument about it. Waste of a good noon. Or afternoon. Or night. Anyway, thanks for helping out, friend.
Gotta run. You know anything more?
Your race descent has temporarily halted, but you will fall again.
Why are you not with the Hardy
I
Boys?
am not the first line of defense. I am the last.
He looks towards the coast
In addition,
defiantly.
these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
But you're all part of the union.
The Hardy manlets are on the pay of the company. I answer to the union alone. And I do this out of race heroism. Finance is an alien concept to the Simonees. Now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the company of my woman.
Subscribe to his advanced race theory.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff. Yes, better not to expand your mind.
Maybe not. Shit. Will these lorry drivers have anything new to say? What about this guy?
Went Nate.
Wrong.
Let's talk about our right to work.
No, nothing new to say.
Looking for something, Hunt?
I
Come
know
to
you've
tell
been
me
giving
to
me the
fuck off
runaround.
again?
Fess up. Where's the lady
I
driver?
don't know what you're talking about.
He smirks. Then why are you smirking?
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
Just tell me who the goddamn lady driver
You're
is.
all bark and no bite. The real dogs are up in Jamrock. Everyone knows that.
You mean La Puta Madre?
The name resounds like a bell in the air. A dark gong. You get a bad feeling about it. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Yeah, him.
Cross your arms and nod.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him.
Peons?
Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
You're not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peonist job to find out who that is. It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorrymen and Carters Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
He tries to light a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. This simply ends.
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job.
Make him tell you what he knows. 72%?
Men
Yow!
like this only respect two things. Strength and fear. Time to turn up the volume.
Show me her lorry right fucking now. The lady driver's lorry. Where is it?
Fuck you, I told you. I'm not gonna...
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
I'm gonna fuck you for the rest of my life, you understand? I've been to your fucking lorry. I know where it is. I'm gonna burn it down, you hear me? What's your name, fucker? I'm going to the police for saying this guy told... I've been in your fucking lorry. I know where it is.
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green, banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days.
Where exactly is her lorry?
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now, leave me the fuck alone.
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
Okay.
Looks like he got his adrenaline up, too.
See ya, fuckface. No, I don't need this song in my life. Where's his green little lorry? If I equip that one, hey, I can take some bottles. Green lorry down south. Ladder doesn't work. Put a sign down. Green lorry. Where are you? Ah!
This screen found A to Z, Contemporaire, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This must be the one he told us about. Unless he was lying.
Try to peek in the window.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and two steering levers. It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside it's private, cozy, warm, dusty too.
Try the door handle.
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced.
How are we going to get this open, Kim?
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside. This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
Hell yeah. Smash the window with the pry bar.
With a firm grip, you raise the pry bar, a glint of light catching on the tip. Call down the hammer of truth and justice. Release your secrets, lorry cabin.
I'm sorry. Smash it apologetically. Welcome to Revachol window.
The window shatters, and droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement.
Subtle.
Subtle, says Lieutenant, and sticks his hand in the window like a common car thief, and then opens
The
it.
smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
Admire the posters.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s
Wow.
of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat.
Study the centerfold.
The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. A feeling of tenderness washes over you. A longing even, perhaps. And gentle tragedy. Wait, doesn't she resemble someone you know? But you can't put your finger on whom exactly. The actresses and the rare actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard.
Examine
and
the
it
radio.
looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed. Likely by the missing lady driver.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Why would anyone need so many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV.
He flicks the switch on the radio.
Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation. With quite a range too.
Is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
Yeah, what else is in here?
The smell of 1,000 cigarettes, some dead actresses, and a rusty old toolbox under the seat.
We'll check the pedals.
You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few
Sure.
tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper
Sandpaper.
has been glued to the throttle. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
The sandpaper would also rub the pattern from the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
One of the footprints at the crime scene had an aberration. Aberration. One sole was smoother than the other.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
Yeah, the lieutenant's eyes light up behind his prescription lenses. And she's also the one running the drug trade. What a handful. First the drug smuggling, now this. How deep does this rabbit hole go? Woman. Always up to something.
Yes, well...
You quickly disregards your statements as another one of your neurotic outbursts.
Now we know for certain who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
Those jerks, definitely.
We should see what Titus has got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry?
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console, and a faint smell of perfume is in the air.
Well, pull out the toolbox.
A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Unfold the
It's an
newspaper.
issue of Petit Ferique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
Pick up the note.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system. These formulas look oddly painful. Maybe it's the hangover, but they give you a headache.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
This. His thought trails off. Push in the pull-out toolbox.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. You close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce? Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Seems like something police would do. What do you think? Seems like something police would do. What do you think of all this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect.
Yep.
Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well-funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
Listening in on your calls between you and your station, a worrying prospect.
And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy Boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for.
The probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite the find.
What about the movie posters? So it turns out this is connected to the Union.
Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition. As elegant as they are, I don't...
Don't be fooled. Desire always plays a role.
A lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin.
Yes, well...
Unimportant.
Will the RCM open an investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
He stops to think.
The fact that
What are you
one
thinking?
hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Okay, debrief over?
Debrief over. After you.
Brought back to Joyce. Let's go talk to Titus next. Hey, officer, got a minute? I got plenty of minutes for you.
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
Wait, so you didn't know about something about her smuggling? Wait, so you did know something about her smuggling? No trouble. Sorry, man, I can't disclose the facts of an official investigation.
It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her?
No need for you to do anything, don't worry, the police are looking into it.
Yeah, maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
What's the plan with those rhymes anyway?
Oh, you know. Tommy Leham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
Why Tommy Lee home?
Tommy Lam was taken.
Huh.
My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
It's more him.
I got
The
another
man
question.
taps his fingers rhythmically.
Bye.
Still here, stuck in this damn...
Okay.